expenses for that studio.
Condensers. What do you know about a condenser mic?
Yeah.
I know they're between a large diaphragm.
Yeah, you may want a large diaphragm mic for the mic. For the
I know large diaphragm microphones pick up.
We'll get the lows too, but not as much as a bigger one. Okay, so what we're going to use this for on the drums is the overheads. What are the purpose of the overheads on the drum set?
The ambience of the whole set.
The overall sound of the drum. Okay, we're going to get a lot of our cymbals, our hats, but it'll pick up everything. Okay, so it's going to get the overall sound of the drum set. If you've only got 2 microphones and you need to record a drum set, that's the way to go. Your overheads.
So it's going to pick up more of the high frequencies,
It'll pick more of the high frequencies. Yes. Okay. So they're condenser mics. Condenser mics are very sensitive. It's very, if we put a really loud source in front of a condenser mic, we stick this right up on a really loud drum, chances are it might distort. Okay? If we stick it farther away from the drum, we're probably going to be okay. Now, this is not a condenser mic. What kind of mic is that?
EKG.
That's the model number. We got condensers. What's another type of microphone we have?
Ribbon? Cardio?
Hypercardioid.
Those are pickup patterns.
Those are pickup patterns. Condenser, ribbon,
dynamic?
one.
What's the other one? Condenser, ribbon, and what?
Condenser, ribbon.
Dynamic.
Dynamic.
I like that.
Dynamic, yeah,
This is
okay.
a dynamic mic.
Yeah.
It's a big mic. What do you think it's going to be good at?
Like your bass drum.
There we go. Low frequencies. We're going to stick this guy on the bass drum. Okay?
All right.
Very cool. Now,
And the model number?
this is a, the model number is AKG D12, right?
D12.
So there it is.
Yeah.
All right.
I can see.
So, we're going to put this on the bass drum. Now, the dynamic mics, you can put a, they don't output as much power, so we can put a really loud sound source right in front of them, and its chances are it's not going to distort. So these are the good mics to put up right in front of the drum, dynamics, okay? And these are just like basic general rules. I mean, you can try a condenser right up on the drum, see what happens. Okay, every drummer is going to play the drums a little differently, right? It always blows my mind. Even on that drum set in there, you put like 3 different drummers on it. Same drums, same mics, you're going to get 3 different drum sounds because of the way the guys hit the drum. Okay.
Can we rotate and see what sounds better between?
We will do that. That's a good idea.
And this one.
Whatever you want to do, man. We have time to do that today. M57. This is a standard studio mic. I mean, again, this is what a lot of people use on snare drum. This is not what you have to use on snare drum. Here it is. Right? It's not what you have to use on the snare drum, but a lot of people like to use it. Okay. It's dynamic, and it picks up a little bit more of the high end of the drum. Okay. That's what we're gonna put on the snare today.
Yeah.
SM57.
SM57. You find these a lot in live sound use for 2 reasons. One is because they're cheap, they're about $100 or less, and 2 is that they're pretty durable. Yeah. Dynamic mics are a lot more durable than condenser mics. Condenser mics, you start dropping them, they bust up a lot easier.
These things, my mic, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Well, these things are pretty durable. So if you got these things on a stand and the singer knocks it over because they're drunk, it's probably gonna be okay.
Unidirectional. What's unidirectional versus omni? I know omni is 360 degrees.
Let's look at that. Okay. Here we go. What are we gonna use these on? I don't know. Maybe we'll use it as a room mic. AKG 414. One of the nicest microphones we have over here. These things are about new. They go for about $1,000, $1,100. Wow. Now, again, it's a condenser mic. It's got this little switch here. What are these little weird
pickup patterns? Pickup
patterns, right? So most mics, they have one pickup pattern, right? Some of the more high-end mics, they have a little switch on. We can decide which pickup pattern we want. So this little circle is omnidirectional. It picks up everything around it. Okay. We've got cardioid, which means it picks up what's right in front of it, and it rejects exactly what's behind it. Right now, we can use this. We have a whole band out there, and we're trying to record a whole band at one time. We can sort of say, okay, we're going to put one singer over here, and we'll put the guitar player over here facing each other, and we'll use cardioid pickup patterns. And ideally, it's going to block some of the sound coming from the other side. Okay, so we can sort of use it that way. We'll use this for a room mic.
So if I was to like normally when I record with this mic, I know that I get a good signal if I'm pointing the mic directly at the source. When it's like this, I'm not getting as much of a signal. So where I know this is hypercardioid and it's picking up right there. Where is it not picking up at?
There, right behind it.
Like okay, in this area right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. These are really great mics. They come in a cheap case, so if you guys are going to use one of these mics in your session, just know that this case is falling apart. Be careful with it. So we're going to use this as a room mic. What's a room mic for?
Ambience.
Ambience, reverb, natural reverb. Okay, we're going to use that. Another dynamic mic. Sennheiser, 421. See? 421.
I didn't see.
Sounds like, what do you call that, that beer?
Okay.
Sennheiser. Budweiser?
Budweiser, yeah.
It's not a Budweiser. Okay, it's another dynamic mic. These are really good for the tom drums, okay? And one thing I want you guys to be aware of when you go out there, because I'm going to hand these to you and you're going to start setting them up, is the clip for this mic is held on right here, and there's a little button right here to snap it off. Now a lot of people don't know this, and they grab the mic and they actually hit the button and the mic falls on the floor. Which again, it's a dynamic, it's pretty durable, it's probably not going to break, but just something to be aware of. If this thing slides on right like this.
And the pickup pattern is
This is cardioid.
cardioid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so just be careful with that. Also, something else. All of our mic stands here have these clips on them right here. And I'll show you when we go out there. Instead of having to screw the mic onto the stand, there's this little clip and it just snaps right on. It also means that since they're attached to the clips on all these mics, they don't fit properly in the cases for the most part. So don't worry about it. Okay, you're not doing something wrong. They're just, you got to sort of fit into it. There's also one on the AKG on the shock mount. Okay, so that's why it doesn't fit in there properly. It has this little clip on it. Something else about the AKG and the shock mount right here. When you drop this in the shock mount, boom, there's this little screw right here, tightens it in, and all of a sudden it's stuck in the shock mount. We can hang it upside down or something if we want to, and it's not going to fall out. So if you're going to use this mic, make sure to get this thing boom, on like that. Cool. Alright, so now we've got a snare drum mic, a kick drum mic, overheads. We've actually got 3 toms in there. Do you need to mic all the toms on a session?
Yes.
Well,
I would.
You don't need to, but if you got the time, you got the mics, and you got enough inputs in the studio, you might as well. We're going to do it today. So we're going to use, we have 3 toms in there. We have a 2 rack toms and a floor tom, and if you're not sure what that means, I'll show you when we go in there. On the head of the drum out there, there's a little hole in it. And the reason that hole's there is so we can stick another microphone inside the drum. And that's going to pick up a different sound on the kick drum if we stick a microphone inside of it. The one outside is going to pick up this big low thud, alright? The beater, when you use the kick drum, there's a pedal and there's a beater that hits the drum, right? It has this much more of a high frequency sound, but that can be really useful to a mix. It can help it cut through all the other instruments. So we're going to stick this one inside of the drum, and it's going to pick up that beater sound. You know, I'm really shy, believe it or not. This is an Electro Voice. Electro Voice is the company. The model number is RE20. This is good, another dynamic used for low frequency sounds. We can try this on a kick drum, we can try it on a floor tom. Maybe we'll just put both of these, since we got the time, since we got the inputs, we'll put both of these on the outside of the kick drum and compare the sound of this one versus this one, okay? Alright, good. So now we have how many mics?
Wow.
A lot.
A lot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 10 microphone cables. Oh, 11. Okay, we'll put that on something too. So now we need cables for all this crap. And we also need this. This is going to be our headphone amplifier system, because I'm going to go out there and play, and you guys are going to go out there. Yeah, you guys need to talk to me. For headphones. Okay, headphones are going to plug in here, and I can turn it up and make it louder or whatever for artists, okay? Ideally, the way this is set up and the way it'd be set up in another studio, we don't actually have the outputs to do it here. But if we had a live band in there, we would through a bus, send all the drums to this knob, send the guitar to this, the bass to this, and the singer to this, or something like that. And when they're out there going, I can't hear myself, I need more bass, you know, so we'll just turn up number 2, and then they can do it themselves, and they don't have to bother us. But it's not set up that way here. Because sometimes musicians are really a pain in the ass about the headphones, and rightfully so. They need to hear themselves, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now we need cables. If you guys are in here, the cables with the red tape around them are the shortest ones, and the ones with the white tape around them are longer.
Okay.
Alright, and then these 2 blue ones are the longest. We'll probably use these for the overheads. Alright, so we got 2, 3,
11.
4, 5, 6.
So we're using 11 tracks, right? Sub 11 tracks?
Yep.
Okay.